What is going on, people? Welcome back to the Top Tier Podcast. This is episode 100. What? 103.
Shit.
My name is Brendan. Sorry to cut you off there.
No. Keep going.
You can find me on the YouTubes over at youtube.com/Retel Factor. You can find this show, the Top Tier Podcast, over at youtube.com/Top Tier Podcast. With me today, Esports Money. Hey, Rudy.
What's going on, man? I'm excited. We're going to have some alone time today. We're going to have some intimate discussions
None
here.
Of these other fools crapping our style.
No more Billy fucking peeling off his dead skin and throwing it at me. You know how hard it is to sit beside Billy for every podcast?
Peeling off dead skin, talking somewhere else that's not into the mic.
No. he's always off to the side.
He's always off to the side. And he talks like this. It was so funny too. So like when Billy's not on the podcast, he's the loudest motherfucker. Yeah. I was like, Billy, god damn, dude, just talk.
He walks into every house. He's like, woo! Yeah, he's a real hype monster. He's a total hype beast. Billy, he's you know the term hype beast, right? It's like I can't really even define it or put it into words, but I know exactly what it is.
That is defining and putting it into words is Billy.
He's absolutely that. Yeah, I have a category of friends that I put into the hype beast category.
Where do I fall in?
You're on the nerds, Retel.
What
like
the
dirty, lonely nerds. No, I don't know. Actually, like,
dirty. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I made that worse than it should be. I can't lie. I don't know. I don't categorize like too much. I'm just fucking around.
What's new with you, man?
Not much. Just doing same old. Doing some work stuff. Doing some gaming. Getting nauseous with VR as usual. Had a fun little party that you attended over the weekend that just passed. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
Sure. Some cool moments in that, actually.
Yeah, there was.
There were some cool moments in that. What else have I been doing? I mean, it's just some secret stuff. I've been really happy with a few of the videos I made for Dragon Ball recently. Not like my Road to King Kai's, not the Let's Plays. You can never be proud of Let's Plays, even though people enjoy them and people always ask me to do Let's Plays.
You dropped Zamasu.
Yeah, I know, dropped Zamasu. Yeah, no. I'll never forget.
Lou, weeks ago.
Yeah. Lou, you dropped some Zamasu, dog.
You
That's
dropped
all.
Zamasu, man.
Fucker just saw the thumbnail.
I know. You didn't watch the video.
You didn't watch the fucking video.
All he knows is you dropped Zamasu.
But yeah, and what else? Some ideas planned. Otherwise, it's just life's been good, man. Everything's been great. Been having a lot of fun. I feel like something big's happened. I just totally forgot or like. Not mentioning it, but it doesn't matter. How about you, Retel?
There's a lot of shit going on, man. Look there's so much shit going on. Only two of us could make it today.
I know, that's right. And everyone is actually genuinely busy.
Legit, like Billy is away. Yeah. He's in fucking Bali.
Yeah.
Indonesia. Mm-hmm. Living it up. Have you been following his Instagram posts?
I have not. I'm not a grammer.
You're not. Oh, that's right. You're not even on the gram at all.
No, I'm not on the gram, man.
I'm very.
Nah.
You know what? A social media kind of guy.
I will say, I'm not a social media kind of guy, but I will say Instagram is one of the cooler social media networks I've seen. I really like Instagram. Not like the crazy sexual model portion of it, but I just feel like there's
a lot of that.
Yeah, which is obviously a huge part of Instagram. I know that's a big industry for them, but I just love the fact that you can kind of tell your life story through pictures, and it's just mainly about the pictures, which is really cool. It's all just
pics. You can't just post some bullshit. There's always a picture. The one thing I don't like what Instagram's been doing is like they don't show you everything. They don't show you everything anymore. They kind of take the Twitter approach. You know how like sometimes like Twitter, you're not going to see all of your followers' shit like in order of what they post.
Yes.
Most recent, they're going to give you like a curated thing of like top shit for you or something like that. Yep. I was like, what the fuck? And like Instagram's doing that now.
It's like the posts that you engage with, they will kind of
they'll throttle and like
exactly. I see tweets from people who just follow, like someone that I follow, that they follow, I see their tweets. It's just like, like Smug follows this person.
Right.
And
so it'll appear in your feed. It's like I didn't subscribe to this dude. Like,
exactly. What? Very, very weird, but it's maybe because they knows that I might be within that circle. That might be around my interest, but
I really hate that shit because Facebook started doing that, and I can't
is the worst.
Stand Facebook anymore. I'm so done with the FB. I only use it for like events and shit.
Yeah,
and like
it makes me sad too.
Scheduling stuff with people, but like I couldn't. They're like I know when I go to my Facebook home feed or whatever, it's a load of bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bunch of shit. It's all like advertisements and posts that other people like I don't even like give a shit about. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's just not only that. It's also, I mean, you made a terrific point, but just even having your own page, right? The fact that you have to pay for your own followers to see the posts, right? Like my Facebook page is very small. I have like 3,000 likes on it.
It's more than mine.
But that being said, when I make a post, it says reaches only about like 300 to 400 people a post. If I want it to reach the rest of my followers, I have to pay fucking money for them to see a post because they like it. It's a freaking mess. At the very least, Twitter doesn't have that. I totally that's why I really like Twitter.
I've been gravitating so much towards Twitter recently. It's insane.
It is,
Actually, it reminds me. I just watched the movie last night called Ready Player One. Have you seen it?
I have not. I've heard a lot about the book. I know a lot of the plot of the book, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like it honestly reminded me a lot of like, you know, just social media and shit. Because obviously, like, there's this place called the Oasis. By the way, I really like the movie. It's a little cheesy.
Yeah, it's pretty much VR, man.
Yeah, it's a little cheesy. It's very Spielbergy, and you know, pacing's kind of weird, but it's really cool. It was like, and the visual effects are fucking like there's some cool shit going on in the movie.
They have like Master Chief in that
They
bitch,
got,
man.
dude, they got
a lot of characters.
They got Chun-Li. They got
Overwatch characters.
Overwatch. The Tracer shows up a couple times. Like Goro's in it for a second. I'm just like, oh shit, it's Goro.
It's fucking cool. That's so fucking cool that we've got to that point with gaming that Spielberg has.
There was like some shit that's not even super mainstream. Like I guess Gundam's mainstream.
Oh, Gundam's fucking mainstream. Are you kidding me, man? There's a
fucking
fucking statue in Japan of an RX-78.
In Japan, but in like North America, would your average Joe know about Gundam? Because there's like a big Gundam sequence in the game. I was like, what the fuck?
That's a franchise. I mean, it's bigger than Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Bigger than potentially Overwatch. You know, yeah, I mean, in terms of legacy, of course. Like, Gundam's fucking massive.
But the point I'm trying to make with Ready Player One is that basically the main bad guy in the movie is basically just wants to monetize the Oasis, right? And push ads and make
sounds like Facebook.
different tiered like level like players who, oh, if you're a gold player because you pay this much, then you have these extra perks, and it's like and like he's the big villain of the movie, and that's like fuck, it's like what Facebook has become, you know?
I love that there's movies about that before we even get to that point.
Exactly.
You know, that's so cool. The fact that, because we're probably going to reach that point. Like if VR, if people still continue to support it at the level that it is, you know, we'll eventually get to the point where there'll be something like an Oasis, right?
And like I was watching it with Chriselle last night, and she's like, you know, it's gonna be a while before we're there. I'm just like,
yeah.
Look at where we are right now compared to 20 years ago.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking insane. It's insane.
If you were to take someone from the 90s and probably show them VR, they would shit their fucking pants.
Do you need to take that?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Sure?
It'll be all right.
Is it just Whitney? Forget it.
No, it's actually my brother. Boris is learning how to drive finally, so I think he needs my car. So I should probably text him and tell him to take my car.
Just answer it. Whatever.
No, it's all good, man. I got you.
Okay,
that's
okay. Yeah, texting on there.
I want to talk about. I want to talk about Ready Player One. The fact that I actually heard it got hurt over the fact that Spielberg directed it. I've heard a few people say, Victor Lucas especially, talk about the fact that because the original book there was so much Spielberg stuff in it. Right. Like there was a lot of Indiana Jones.
Well, yeah, there's tons of just I see where you're going with this, I guess, because so many of his so much of Ready Player One is 80s and 90s nostalgia. And of course Spielberg's a big part of 80s and 90s nostalgia.
He is, and apparently he really toned down on that because he didn't want the film to be very full of himself. So there's a lot of people, I think it hurts a lot of the people in their 40s and 50s a lot more because they're so attached to those IPs. Right. IPs. Franchises. Jesus Christ, Behr.
Fucking gamer.
Yeah, I'm a fucking gamer, I know. So that was just definitely one thing, because I think Spielberg was really humble in that sense, where he was like, I don't want this to be like a Spielberg jerk off fest. Just feeling myself the whole time. I think he wanted you to feel like, hey, like everything is in this one world.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. I really gotta watch it. I was disappointed in myself for not going to the theaters to see it. To be honest with you,
my expectations are like whatever going in. I didn't really expect much, but there were some fucking awesome sequences. There's like, because I'm a huge horror nut.
Yeah.
And they actually did this really cool horror sequence that takes place in like the Shining universe. And they go to the fucking like the hotel and everything.
Wow.
And like they got like scary with it. I'm just like, this is fucking cool.
That's so awesome.
And it was totally like that was like my highlight of the movie. And there's so many really cool parts.
That's amazing.
I think you would like it a lot.
That's amazing. You know what I watched recently? I watched Coco. Have you seen Coco?
I watched it in my peripheral vision.
And your peripheral on the side.
Because I was playing something and my girlfriend was watching.
Damn, that movie was...
But it got like sad and shit, didn't it?
And it gets sad. I don't know how well it did, to be honest. I don't think it did very well. And I think it's because, I mean, as bad as it sounds, and this should never be the case, but because, they were very respectful to the culture. And they really kept it very South American, right? It was about Cinco de Mayo.
Right.
And that's just how
Day of the
Hollywood
Dead and all that
sometimes,
kind of
the
stuff.
cookie crumbles, where if there's no real Western aspect to it, it sometimes doesn't do very well.
But look at, what about something like Moana?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, it did well, but I mean, Moana, it was very respectful to the culture.
Yeah.
But I feel like Coco even was just felt so much more like this film was just made by, South Americans with love.
Right.
And it was a different vibe. In a sense, and I know Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he's Hawaiian, but in a way, like Moana did feel a little bit Hollywoodized in that sense. Just even having The Rock voicing it is just
Right.
will sell like
He's
crazy.
Maui, dog.
Yeah, he is Maui. Yeah. So that was really, really cool. I don't know how well the movie did.
Did they have any big names in?
They didn't. No, they didn't.
Because I usually don't like I don't think you need star power
No.
to
you
make a
don't.
good animated film.
It takes me out of a lot of
it
films.
helps gets asses in seats, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much the only purpose I think it serves.
It helps a lot in, I think, regions like China. I think they love certain actors.
Right.
That's why you and I are burping so much with the fucking Coke.
Is this
That's the first time I've ever
vanilla
had.
Coke Zero?
I've
dog.
never had Coke's Vanilla Zero Coke Zero.
We have to import this shit, dog.
I know. Yeah. Import as
Billy.
in Billy. Billy fucking drives it over.
He comes back.
But
this
anyways,
shit.
the point we're getting to is like right now movies are just so really relying on China, right? So you see like shit movies like Skyscraper, like make so much money and have such big budgets because they don't even care about what a North American audience.
No.
If China thinks it looks cool, and it does maybe look cool to them.
Yep.
Because I don't think they understand half of what's
Pacific
going
Rim,
on.
dog.
Yeah.
I like Pacific Rim. Like, have you seen it? Like the
Of
second
course, yeah.
one?
Oh, I've not seen the second one.
I saw it in theaters, and I was actually amazed that it got another sequel because it had like a $200 million budget. I'm just like, what? Nobody
insane.
I knew talked about that movie, but it killed overseas.
Did it kill overseas?
So
that's super cool.
And it made its money back and then some and all that shit.
Yeah, apparently.
It's a huge market over there, man.
What was the movie called? I know we've talked about it before. Live, Die, Repeat. The Tom Cruise film. What was the actual?
No.
Hold on, I got this.
No.
Someone right now listening to the podcast is yelling. Hold on. Can I look it up real quick? Anyways, that's how what they renamed it. It did so bad in North America they actually renamed it for the DVD release, which was
really
absolutely Edge of Tomorrow. Jesus Christ, I'm so freaking terrible.
Come on,
I know. I'm sorry. I was
wait. What was the original name of it?
Edge of Tomorrow is the original name.
And
so
what
they
did it get
renamed it to Live, Die, Repeat for the DVD release. And that movie apparently, because it did so bad in North America, and it was a Tom Cruise film.
And I heard it was good.
Oh, it was probably like one of the best Tom Cruise movies I've seen. And I'm not a huge fan of the guy.
Why not, man? Scientology.
Yeah, I know. my religion. But apparently, I think China, saved that movie a bit, and that's why it's actually getting a sequel now, which I'm shocked by. That's a movie I'm actually really surprised that is getting a sequel, just as much as Pacific Rim honestly got one.
Because I heard even something like, I know it still didn't do crazy good, but something like Warcraft, I hear it still did okay because of the overseas market.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's what they were relying on for Warcraft. I mean, you think about it, like in Asia, that shit's religion, man.
Exactly.
And
to Billy.
And apparently they were, talking to really hardcore Warcraft fans, they were quite good with their lore.
Yeah.
I think Billy himself has said that on this podcast.
Yeah, he liked it. And he
liked it, yeah. I can't say I loved it. I saw it like a week early because of work. And I walked, I was like, shit, like the orcs looked fucking cool, but like all the humans in
it was all made here too, right?
It was all made here, that's right, yeah. Super cool. Retel, oh my god, another, but do it right into the freaking microphone. Let the people hear. what you've got packing.
No,
dog.
this mic's gonna stink, dude.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Fuck it, someone's gonna pass out. Let's talk about the event that Boris held just a few days ago.
Oh yeah.
You know, he does these little nerd parties.
Yeah, we've talked about them on the show before.
We've talked about it on the show. We did another one. Retel, I was quite impressed with you this time.
Why? This time.
The first time in my life, guys, listen closely. I was impressed with Retel in a video game.
Oh shit! Okay.
Retel was playing a little bit of Tekken against a friend of ours named Mike, and Mike plays a lot of Tekken. You know, I still, we play alongside. I'll still win a lot more games than him, but he's still quite solid. He knows a lot of his combos. He knows the corner.
Right.
He knows a little bit of frame data here. Retel, this guy goes up, picks Paul fucking Phoenix.
Yo, that's all you need. Death Fist.
And then you just fucking went in that ass. It was really impressive
Well,
how you played
I lost the first two, I want to say.
Yeah.
Because I was first of all I was drunk.
Yeah.
And second of all,
I had a few drinks.
I haven't played Tekken in a very long time.
Yeah.
And so it took me a little while to get into it, but then it all started coming back. And then I took him 5 straight.
I know. You did really good. And the reason I want to say I was impressed because Retel was like spacing properly. You were like, you were playing how when I play against certain players, I play a lot safer with Steve. Where I'm just, when I just stay back and I whiff punish, I just do this. Steve has this move called the Sonic Fang. He kind of does this weird little uppercut thing. Really good for whiff punishing. And you were kind of doing that with Paul, where you were just kind of staying back and you were just making him suffer for like the big hits. I was super impressed. I was like, God damn, Retel actually has some skill in Tekken. I mean, I'd body his ass free, but god damn, that was some good Paul play.
And do you know what? Paul's not even my main.
Yeah, I know.
But my main's Asuka.
Really?
Yeah.
You used to play a bit of Jin.
I did play a bit of Jin.
And Kazuya.
Yeah. No, I didn't play Jin. I played Kazuya. I played a bit of...
I thought you had like a pocket Jin. It was real suspect, don't get me wrong, but...
I played a bit of Kuma.
Oh god, yeah.
Just for funsies.
Yeah.
And then Paul and Asuka, and I think I need some time with her though, because especially after not playing for a long time, because she's simple, but Paul is easy as fuck.
Yeah.
And so if I like a little haven't played in a while and I need to just put on a good performance, something that's easy, and I've been drinking, Paul's an easy go-to.
Paul's the boy, yeah. He's just reckless enough that
exactly
your crazy side can come out. And it was just a showcase of how fucking good Tekken is. When you guys are listening to this and you guys, played the older Tekken games and you guys loved them, Tekken 7 is like one of the best fighting games out in the last like 5 years.
It's one of the best this gen for sure, if not the best.
My heart's very much with Dragon Ball.
Very much with SF5.
Oh God, please let's not talk about that. Dragon Ball really has my heart, but yeah, I mean, in a lot of senses, even Tekken 7 is better in so many other aspects of the game. That game is just so good. I'm super impressed. I hope they can do the same with Soul Calibur. If I had to put my money on it, I don't think they will.
I don't think it will either.
I don't think it will. I think Tekken 7 was just fucking perfection. It was so good.
If
I reviewed that game,
I'm hopeful.
I'd give it like a 9.5 or a 10.
Yeah, like how do you make the game better?
Yeah.
That's
how I felt too when I played it.
It's what is this missing to make it the ultimate Tekken experience? Because to me,
it's missing Dawn, the fucking dinosaur that farted from Tekken 3. I don't know if you remember.
It's missing Roger Jr.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's right.
And then that other fucking character who style changes every fucking game. Who was that guy?
Yoshimitsu?
No.
What are you talking about? Style changes?
Yeah, his fighting style always changes. Like the wood guy. He's made of wood.
Oh, I know I forgot his freaking name.
I forgot his name.
I know who you're talking about. Yes, that's right.
I don't think anyone was missing him though.
Yeah.
He's basically random, the character.
Yeah, I thought he played his opponent's style. I thought that was the thing with him.
Is that what it was?
I think it was.
Maybe it was always mirror.
Or maybe it was random. I totally forget now.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I mean, just having Akuma, having Geese Howard, super cool.
Having Noctis?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I have not. I've seen the trailer for Noctis. Yeah, I haven't tried it.
I think Noctis would have been better in Soul Cal though, because all he does is use these fucking weapons and shit.
You're totally right. Yeah, it could have been. It was totally a missed opportunity. They've had some big characters in Soul Calibur, man. A lot of people forget that Kratos was in Soul Calibur before
PSP version, dog.
Yeah, before he was in Mortal Kombat.
I had that. Right? I have that loaded on my PS TV. We can bust that shit out. It's a little rough.
God, the PlayStation Vita. I love that freaking system, man.
And then on, so at Boris's party, so he's got his little gaming setup. Mm-hmm. There's a bar, there's a dance floor, and then there's a set of pool tables at the back. And we played what may have been me and Behr. What may have been the worst game of pool ever played.
It was so embarrassing after every shot. I was hoping no one was watching us.
No, there was people watching.
There were people watching, but they were nice about it. Thank God no one was waiting, to be honest, to play. Because if someone had to wait for us to play and they were in line, would have taken up their whole night with that game. The first game I won because Retel freaking sunk in the 8-ball so fucking early.
So I think I was winning. Well, maybe
I don't know. I don't think you were. I think it was like tie or something like that. Because there was
Either way, I fucking Retel factored the shit out of it.
Yeah, that was a Retel fact. But the second game, Retel totally got in my ass.
That's true.
That was.
But neither game was good, mind you.
That was. I really like playing pool. To be honest with you, I'm just terrible at it.
I'm so fucking bad. I took some good picks. I'll put them in the video.
I should have taken some more pictures. There's this one instance in the party. I don't know what it is with these parties and me having these confrontations with girls. It's just like
did shit go down again? Because we've told the story.
Shit didn't go down as much this time.
As much,
but nothing went down. It was just more of the thing. I think the party's open to everyone. It's free cover. So I think Boris just invited a few, just people who got off the bowling alley and stuff. Hey, there's a party upstairs. Go have some drinks. Have fun.
Yeah.
He's very welcoming like that. So I think I was playing Tekken, or I was playing I was playing Street Fighter 2 or something like that. Yeah, I was playing Street Fighter 2. I was getting my ass. Was bodying fools with my Sagat, guys. My Sagat is so clean in Street Fighter 2. Not really, but it's pretty good. No, it's not. I wasn't playing old Sagat, dog. I was playing, Super Turbo Fair. Anyways, the bar is right beside the game station. I'm beating some ass, throwing some tiger shots, throwing some tiger knees. With tiger knee to throw.
I didn't see any of that, but all right.
Okay. And then so there's this girl, clearly was not part of the scene.
No.
She was ordering a drink, and then she looked at us, and she was like, "Do you guys seriously come here to play games?" I
saw this chick.
I looked at her straight in the eye and I said, "Hell yeah, we do." I don't know if you saw.
No, I missed that one.
Okay,
but she was giving that same shit. Dude, she was giving the shit to Jazz.
Was she giving just shit to Jazz?
She was.
Oh my god!
While he was playing.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Because she said it to me, and I said that to her, and then at that point, her face got quiet, and I just continued playing, and I think she felt a little embarrassed or I don't know.
This is a fucking nerd party.
Yeah, she got completely just shunned down.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, that's right. There's still people who are it's just people who are just against gaming and just having fun. They think it's just it is a nerdy thing to do, but it's there's nothing wrong with fucking having a few beers and playing some Street Fighter while you're talking shit to your good homies.
Yeah.
But that really,
for me,
really stuck out to me. That was funny. I actually liked that happened.
Strange.
Yeah. I was happy that happened. I was like, damn right, we're playing fucking Street Fighter 2 right now.
You're not going to shame me.
Yeah, it's 2018. I would seriously have this set up on my fucking wedding day. I'm not even kidding with you. I told Whitney, I'm like, Whitney, if we get married, I'm going to have some fucking Street Fighter 2 setups.
Yeah, the groomsmen have to fucking do a best.
Dude, I'm 100% I'm doing that shit.
Dogura do that?
I think
Dogura did that, and then Daigo was at his wedding. And Daigo was at his wedding in a fucking Mad Catz t-shirt.
Yeah.
Playing SF2 or some shit.
Fucking Daigo, dude.
It wasn't Mad Catz because he's not with them anymore.
Yeah,
but
it was some sponsored shit, right? Yeah, that's so funny, dude. He just never quits on his sponsors.
Grind,
yeah, he's always on the freaking grind. I mean,
But they live streamed it too. I was like, man, this is.
They did, yeah. If I were to do it, I don't know if I would play. I would like to for example, I'd have my dad versus Whitney's dad in Street Fighter 2. Just some funny shit that, and just see how bad they mash and who wins.
It's a big part of who you are. It's why.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm totally not
ashamed. Have fun with that shit.
I'm sure many people are listening right now, Behr, that is some nerdy ass shit.
Some nerdy ass shit. But I went to so I went to a heavy metal wedding with one of my coworkers. Super into heavy metal and all this shit, and their wedding was so fucking fun and so unique. Each table had this fucking horror movie theme.
Wow.
Like there was one table that had like all this like Friday the 13th setup shit.
Dude, that is fucking badass.
And I'm just like, this is some fucking dope ass shit. One was like Nightmare on Elm Street. Their cake was like a fucking like gothic castle.
Oh my
and
God.
I'm just like, this is the coolest fucking shit.
See, that's awesome. That's stuff you'll never forget.
Yeah.
Too, you know, like why have your wedding
100%.
just be like everyone else? Just
A reflection of who you are. Don't do some generic bullshit.
Exactly.
Especially, I mean, if they're both into it, because they were both like,
Yeah.
you know, metalheads and all that
That's
shit.
so
right?
cool, though. I love the horror themed.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Speaking of which, we still need to do that video. I can post it on my channel, or you make it a Patreon exclusive. We got to go to that horror store really close to my place.
Shit.
There's a horror store down here in Vancouver, and I'm just shocked that it survives, that it's alive. It's like literally
front,
like
dog.
80s, 90s. To be honest, though, I mean, it still could be, but I met the owner. I had a long conversation. He's just such a passionate guy. He loves it. He adores it. I doubt he's paying a lot for the rent.
I don't
for that
think
place.
they're playing much because right next door to that is Press Start Video Games.
Yes.
And that place is always dead.
It is.
Yeah.
It's quite dead, and like I think the space is not like enormous.
No.
And this store is actually like half the size of Press
Really?
Start. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's really small. But it's still a super cool, trippy visit. Like they have like all the VHSs and DVDs. I think.
Because I took a walk out there, I want to say maybe 2 months ago, just to go and check out Press Start, and it was like I had a free afternoon. I'm just like, let's go check this place out because I had never been. And I totally like I saw the fucking like they have like a vampire fucking statue, and I just totally walked right by it. I didn't even notice.
That's funny. That's because the first time I walked into, the first person I thought of was you. I was like, damn, this would be really cool.
Like what kind of
Let's
shit
go.
do they have?
I mean, they do. I'm pretty sure if they are surviving off something, it's probably Funkos, because they do have Funkos, but they have a lot of like niche horror stuff. They have figures
Interesting.
from from the 80s. Like they have some Contra figures that I saw that I was like, holy shit, these look so cool.
Oh, that's crazy.
So they have just a lot of old vintage
Just random stuff.
Yeah, and
That's
like
totally up my alley.
old films too. So you could probably talk to the owner all day. He's just such a happy, talkable dude. He'll probably tell you all about. If you can tell him one horror movie or a few that you like, he'll probably recommend you like a bunch.
Because I love shitty horror movies.
You do, yeah, I know, and I definitely a lot of those, at least from the box arts that I saw, I was like, shit, some of this looks pretty rough.
And I like a lot of the classics as well. Like one of my favorites, 1978 Halloween. They're making a sequel to it.
They are.
Have you seen that trailer yet?
I think I have. Yes, I did see this.
Jamie Lee Curtis is
Yes,
back.
She is back. That's right.
It's so fucked up because it's a. Have you ever watched any of those movies?
I did. Yeah, I watched.
So they got
the
like
original.
Halloween 1, and this is a sequel to the original Halloween.
Was H2O your favorite, Doc?
No. I like the one with Paul Rudd just because Paul Rudd is dope.
yeah.
Yeah, there's like one where like in like 95 I think it came out with like a super young Paul Rudd. It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that one.
H2O is the fucking Josh Hartnett one, I want to say.
I think so. I'm not sure.
And that's also, I think, the one where
been so
Joseph Gordon-Levitt gets fucked up in the opening sequence.
I think so. Yeah,
with
I think
the
that
ice
was
skate in the face.
I said Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in that.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, they were pretty cool with it. I'm glad it's coming back. I think I think it's been a long enough wait, and we're not getting a lot of horror movies anymore.
I'm glad they don't do the Rob Zombie ones anymore.
Oh yeah,
they just
goodness.
Like he's got his own style, and I appreciate that. It's not for me though. You know.
I feel like horror movies, I guess, I don't know, the hype or whatnot kind of went down for them. Obviously, there was a point in time where Saw had a movie every 6 months, right?
Well, now it's like the fucking Purge. Have you seen, like, how many fucking Purge movies there are?
Yeah.
Since 2012, there's been 4 of them.
4?
Yeah.
What?
Isn't that insane? Maybe since 2013, there's been 4. There's almost been one every year.
I thought this was like the second one that's coming out right now.
Actually, let me pull it up. Because it's actually kind of fucking crazy.
That's insane.
And I never realized how popular this shit was.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it goes down with a lot of horror stuff. You know, there just needs to be that one big hit. And usually it is a great film. And then because it's so cheap to produce, they just keep making more and more. Obviously, Saw went through that. Looks like The Purge is going through that.
So there's The Purge in 2013. 2014, there's The Purge Anarchy. 2016, there's The Purge Election Year. And then this year, there's the first Purge.
Oh my God.
Isn't that fucked?
I cannot believe it's the 4th one.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. What's James Wan been up to? Has he been making any cool
horror movies?
Yeah.
No, he's doing the Aquaman movie.
That's right. Yeah.
Due out later this year, I think.
Yeah, we'll
Might
see
get
about
pushed
that.
back.
You never know with a lot of these DC productions, man. They're they're having some issues there internally, obviously.
Yeah,
but
and
I think
then-
James Wan could do a really good job with that.
I think he could.
Yeah.
Like, I really like. Say what you want about like his movies. Like, I'm a fan of them just because he's also got like, he's got like a good eye for cinematography and all that kind of stuff, and like they're always well shot.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Was it James Wan that also worked on like the Fast series?
Yes, he did
Yeah.
one. He did not
No.
one. He
Yeah,
did
he
one
did-
film though.
He did Fast 5, didn't he?
Oh, I have to look it up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure he did because I'm pretty sure he did Fast 5, which was one of the best of all the Fast and Furious movies. Are, I've been a fan for such a long time. It really made me love cars as well. I'm pretty sure he did Fast 5 because he brought Han as a character because he did a movie
He did
with.
Furious 7.
Oh really? Oh, who did Fast 5 then? Oh, that was Justin Lin, I think.
So he did Furious 7.
Oh, okay, he did Furious 7. Okay, so that wasn't. That was the last one with Paul Walker, which wasn't terrible. Wasn't terrible. No.
Well, it's
'cause
also like
Fate of the Furious was. I found it pretty rough.
it's a little outside of his wheelhouse too, right? Because he's coming from doing all of these more slower paced like, horror films, and he's also like he's spreading himself super thin. Like he's like I don't know how much of a say he really has in shit like the Nun coming out because he's a
Yeah.
producer on that,
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't have
right?
too
He's
much.
he's just there because people know his name at this point,
Yeah.
and he did The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2 and all that shit.
That's right. And those were good movies, man.
Yeah.
Those were some
Like,
fun
I
films. I
like
think it was
them.
Justin Lin that I'm thinking about who really
think so.
brought Fast and the Furious back, and he's the one who worked with the actor Han, which is why because he did Tokyo Drift and then he did like 5, and 5 was like really freaking good.
But then James Wan, he's apparently producing a Resident Evil reboot movie series. Let's fucking hope that goes well.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I know you guys really enjoy them as a guilty pleasure. I know a lot of my friends do.
I like 1 and 2 as a guilty pleasure.
As a guilty pleasure, I understand.
Everything after that is shit. It's terrible.
Have you heard word about this Mortal Kombat movie reboot? Have you been reading on it?
No.
Looking
They've-
weird, man. It's
They've been talking about a Mortal Kombat reboot
I know,
for fucking 20 years.
But this
dog.
one finally seems because there's like there's some plot on the characters.
Oh, there was
I know.
like I saw IGN publish something about some guy on a website apparently listed like leaked like who would be in like what characters would be in the
That's
script.
right. That's exactly the one.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's apparently Raiden's going to be young.
That's right.
The main character is going to be some new dude that's never been
Never
in,
been
any
in
other
it.
game,
That's
so
right. And
obviously
also
Liu Kang and
Sub-Zero and Scorpion omitted,
Yes, that's right.
which is
yeah.
really fucked
really
up.
weird. Really
Very
strange.
bizarre.
Yeah. I feel like man, the first MK movie, man, Paul W.S. Anderson.
It's his best movie.
It's probably his
It's
best
his best-
movie. Like he fucking captured the essence of Mortal Kombat so well.
So
Just
well.
like how Silent Scorpion. I mean, obviously Scorpion's yelling, "Get over
He
here!"
was so
and all that shit.
mysterious
But they were
and-
mysterious,
yeah.
and they need to keep that shit.
I had that
We
shit
don't
on
need-
Blu-ray now, dog.
Oh, dude, fucking great. Guys, I know it's been about 50 episodes of this fucking podcast where I've been talking about how good Mortal Kombat, the first movie, is.
You watched last episode? Because I dropped the Mortal Kombat quote on
Oh,
there.
you did. I remember that. I did remember that. Yeah. You guys kind of brushed over it and
I
just
know.
mentioned.
Well, I
it.
didn't want to like
Yeah.
I want it to be like
Explain it. I know.
let's see who gets this quote.
Fucking
But did you see that fucking Paul? Speaking of Paul W.S. Anderson, in the last episode, I was also mentioning that he's making another movie with his wife, Mila Jovovich, Monster Hunter.
Oh man, I know. I've heard about that one. This got announced about 2-3 years
Fucking
ago.
doing
I
a
wanna say.
Monster Hunter movie. Like,
Listen,
goddamn Capcom, put
I've
some
been-
distance.
I know. I've been watching some animes recently. I have Crunchyroll and the Funimation app.
You weeb.
I'm a fucking weeb. Yeah, I'm just rewatching Bebop, man. It's so good. I love Bebop.
I was watching that. Funny, I was watching that just a few months ago too.
Nice, so good. So, anyways, I go through the Monster Hunter anime. Mind you, it's based off of the Monster Hunter Stories game, so it's like little
It's like
kids and
yeah,
everything. Like,
Crystal
oh man,
likes that game.
the anime was rough. I watched like an episode and I was like, holy shit! Like I'm saying, like Monster Hunter has the perfect world for such a terrific anime.
Yeah.
You just kind of introduce some like adult hunters and have some consequences, right? Like these monsters are scary as fuck. They fuck shit up.
The cool thing
there's
about
elder
it too
dragons.
is like the storyline in Monster Hunter is very loose.
Yeah.
Right, and there kind of isn't one, to be
Yes.
honest.
Yeah. No, they're
And so that's why they're like, you could still do a lot of like creative stuff with original characters in the Monster Hunter universe. I feel like because they got a cool world.
it has that opening to just start a whole new cast of characters.
Yeah.
Right? It's not one of those games where it's kind of like, hey, where's this character? Where's this
Yeah.
character? Like, no, as long as we have like a fucking Rathalos, Like Paul W.S. Anderson. If Rathalos is not in this friggin' movie, I'm gonna be really disappointed because that is like the poster boy monster.
The movie is it's gonna be some CG fucking diarrhea all over the screen.
It'll be some CG stuff. My only worry is like, I hope that they don't. It's not like a film made for young audiences. I hope that it's gonna be like a mature film about monster hunting and
I mean, even if it is for
damn,
Jesus Christ, even if there is some if it's for younger people, you can still tell a good story.
You could, yeah. Yeah.
That's why some of the best stories they don't
limits people. That limits some creators. I feel like
it depends, right?
It depends on who it is. I feel like Disney does it the best, where they
don't talk down to kids.
They don't. Yeah, they don't talk down, exactly. And I think kids are smarter than people think. Yeah. They see more than some people.
That's why something like Last Airbender is like one of my favorite fucking shows of all time, because it tells such a mature story for a show for kids. Same with like Reboot.
Reboot was so good.
So fun.
Hey man, even Beast Wars. That shit got dark, man.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of like.
People died.
Yeah, people straight up
real, man.
died. Yeah, that's right. I mean, Beast Machines arguably went a little too dark. Like they went full emo on us, but still a very heartwarming story. And it's just, it was one of those shows that I was stressed watching as a kid because I was so worried about the characters.
Your favorite characters, and
I felt like anyone really could die at any moment.
No one's safe.
Yeah,
it's like Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones.
It was, yeah, in a sense it was. They had these disposable Transformers. Once they sold the toys, they were like, "I gotta fucking die."
So, do you watch Game of Thrones, by the way?
I watched the first 2 seasons. I'm sorry, Retel. Sorry, dude. You know what? My goal is to actually catch up before the final season.
You got a year, John.
Yeah, I got a year. I got a lot of time.
It's 2 years between seasons this time around.
That's insane. Yeah, but I mean, they're going to go out with a bang, right? They're going to go.
They're doing 6 episodes, all feature length, so they're all going to be like an hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty fucking crazy. And last season was the first season I watched live with everybody else because I was same as you playing catch up.
Nice. And was that more enjoyable?
Hell yeah.
You like that?
Because I liked it because I would go on to Reddit after every episode, see what everyone's fucking saying, go on to Twitter, be like, what's everyone fucking saying?
That's awesome.
And get caught up in the theories and everything.
It's a terrific show, man.
So good.
I mean, it's based off of a book, so, the characters were written well.
And now they're way ahead of the book.
They are way ahead. And I wonder if the author is going to take the Full Metal Alchemist approach where... they surpass the original book, and then they're kind of like, okay, we're just gonna bullshit our way through, and they're just kind of let's have an idea of where this is gonna go and end off at, and then so I'm just wondering if he's gonna change the ending or something 100%. For the actual.
He's already like talked about it, and they've already really because they passed the books like 2 seasons ago almost.
Interesting.
So like they're really kind of like this is this point is their story, right? Yeah. And that's George crazy. Railroad Martin, like he's got to start writing, man.
Yeah.
Because that man is not young. Yeah. And those are long fucking books.
How are they doing the script for this? I heard that there's always like obviously worries with leaks. Is this like that rumor that I heard, the fact that they're going to whisper the lines to the fucking actors on set? Is that real?
Like you see, like I was reading about this and they do fucking crazy shit. Like every actor gets like a different version of the script. And each one, like, their lines are all the same, but, like, everyone else's lines are kind of fucking different.
Wow.
And sometimes they'll get, like, the script on super short notice.
That must be so weird as an actor.
Or no one else, like, they'll get, just these 2 cast members on set that day and no one else. And, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I can imagine it's some top secret shit, right? Like, I mean, poor Quentin had his, script leaked and, how...
He was pissed.
Yeah, I mean, and he was just so disheartened. I'm so happy he even ended up making the movie after, because he said he was not going to do it. And I can totally understand.
That was for the Hateful Eight, right?
That was for the Hateful Eight, yeah. It totally completely got leaked, which sucks. That's so sad when someone just works on something like a movie. Because there's something as a filmmaker too, like when I've done projects, just seeing everyone's reaction of seeing something you've been working on for even for 6 months for the first time when it's all complete and done. There's no better satisfaction than that, right? So, yeah, I can kind of see where he's coming from, but...
And then, for fucking like The Walking Dead, in that famous season finale where like who's gonna get hit with the bat type thing. They filmed like tons of different endings.
Wow.
Right? And to prevent leaks, or no one, even the fucking cast members didn't really know.
Jeez, that's so insane.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
So cool that we're at the point where we have these shows that have like, movie production levels, right? Like Game of Thrones is definitely on another tier. Fucking HBO, man.
Seriously, the best, probably the best show, one of the best shows ever made, in my opinion.
Hopefully they just end it off well.
Yeah.
It's going to be sad if the ending really sucks and then everyone's like, oh, wait, what's going to happen in the book?
I'm a huge fan, man, and they have so much shit to tie up in 6 episodes. Even if they are like an hour and a half long, it's like, fuck. There's no way. Not everyone's going to have a happy ending, and not everyone's going to be satisfied, but they got to do the best they can, basically.
Absolutely. Super cool.
So anyways, this is the last episode filmed here.
That's right.
This is it.
It's kind of sad, actually.
Right?
There's a lot of memories in this room.
And in the living room, this is like probably the last shit I'll ever record here. Like, everything's going on ice until I'm fucking moving. Because I'm going to rip this room apart probably this weekend.
Damn.
And kind of start...
Definitely take some pictures.
Yeah.
Get a panorama of this bitch.
For sure.
Do some stuff. There's definitely a lot of stuff was recorded, not only in this room, but this house.
It's true.
Right? The podcast started here.
Actually, the podcast started in this room.
No.
No, it started in the living room. Then did a couple episodes in here.
That's right.
Then we went back to the living room.
Yeah. I remember that.
Crazy.
Yeah, super, super nuts.
We filmed episode 2 sitting on my bed.
Yeah. I do remember that. We did do an episode like that.
That shit was so ghetto, dude.
So good, though. That we were just honest and raw with it, and I think that's why some people really enjoyed. I definitely had like a very comforting vibe to it.
It's true. Like the audio quality wasn't the best.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
The video quality wasn't the best, but it had charm.
Yeah, charm. Most important thing. That's sad though, man.
Yeah. But
Retel lost his virginity in this room.
It's not true.
Some people are gonna believe me. People are gonna look into that.
But yeah, no. So the podcast is gonna go on a little bit of a hiatus until we get everything fucking sorted out.
Yeah, I mean,
because even when I move, it's like I have to rebuild the set. You know what I mean? And we're gonna have to do it much differently because the room is quite a bit smaller than this one.
Okay.
So there's not gonna be any room for a table. I have to figure some shit out, but I'll make it work.
Yeah, I know. You told me some ideas. I'm actually really interested in seeing what you come up with. Do you have any new cool approaches, some angles that you wanna? Can you have a sky camera?
We're gonna have a sky cam.
Yeah, that we can.
Because what the cool thing is too is now that I fucking own the place, I can kind of do whatever the fuck I want with it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to drill any holes in these walls here because it's not my place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just rent it. I'm not gonna get my damage deposit back as it is.
But I mean, I think you should just always talk to the landlord or whatnot. Because in terms of like drilling holes and stuff, it's as easy as filling it up.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I've done that.
Truth be told, I've already put some holes in the
walls. But no, I understand. It's when you own a place, you're more wanting to like put shelves,
and there's
floating shelves and things like that on. I understand.
When you're at a place that you're renting, it's like you don't want to do anything too fucking permanent. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or invest too much money to kind of set everything up perfectly because, it's either gonna be a pain to fucking move or it's like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Now that I have much more freedom, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's super cool. I'm so excited for you, man. It's gonna be awesome. I love the area too. I'm a big fan of New West.
Best fucking
I fallen in love with the New West area. Back 10, 15 years ago, I used to think that shit was grimy, and it kind of was grimy. To be honest with you.
It was. No,
considered that there's still a lot of older people you talk to who still think
it's grimy, right?
But it's really nice.
Because if you go down to, even Columbia Street, like, shit's a little sketchy. And those are old fucking buildings, like the Columbia Theater.
But trust me, no need. I'm there all the time.
Yeah.
No need to be sketched out. The people are really cool. One thing I love, too, is very social people there. You'll go to a grocery store. People will start conversations. We've had people ask us to like watch their dogs for a few seconds. Like it just really got the sense of community there.
Even like we were just talking about before we started recording, like Gastown in Vancouver, right? It's like that place is grimy when you really think about it.
Yeah,
it's a little grimy, but it's like super trendy, and it's like
trendy. I mean, it's a block away from
one of the seediest neighborhoods in North America.
Yes, in all of North America, that's true. It's really rough. It's almost like
Vancouver East Side, like downtown Vancouver East Side. People fucking look it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure there's many documentaries on it. It's probably one of the worst streets.
Probably one of the worst streets in Canada, for sure.
For sure.
Probably the worst.
Yeah. Could be.
And one of the worst in North America. It's just. I remember when I was younger, my dad he just drove me through it just so like to show me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, kind of it's like an eye-opening type of thing.
It's very eye-opening because it's just you see so much roughness, and then literally a block away is like one of the most expensive areas.
It's so fucking bizarre.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like you literally cross the street and hey, you're in Gastown.
And it's like now all these fucking fancy fucking nightclubs and hipster fancy restaurants and
the most expensive restaurants. It's crazy. It's just that it's something Vancouver has always struggled with, and they totally need to get their shit together of just that line of poverty.
There is
just to handle them. Yeah, it's almost embarrassing.
Vancouver's got some of the worst. Like it's got like one of the worst homeless situations in Canada.
Yeah.
Mainly because we're probably the most like. If you're going to be homeless in Canada, it's probably easiest to be homeless in Vancouver. Because it's too cold anywhere else, man.
Yeah.
Fucking like Toronto, it's like you're going to fucking freeze. Toronto gets so cold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, I can't even in our winters in Vancouver, I can't imagine
it gets pretty rough,
sleeping outside. So it's
you see
crazy.
it a lot, and it's just like fucking sad as fuck.
It is totally. That's why that's actually a part of me why whenever I am in downtown Vancouver, it kind of when I see that it really does hurt me. It's like just. You know, it's just you see a lot of really rich people in business suits, probably making well over $100K a year.
Yeah.
And then around every corner, you'll see someone laying down with a sleeping bag and a dog, just without a home. It's really heartbreaking. Wish I had the power to change it, but
anyways, enough of that depressing ass shit.
Got real dark.
You know what? I've been playing. So I picked up Octopath Traveler.
Oh, tell me about
Physical
it, man.
copy.
Damn, we're going straight from homelessness to the Nintendo Switch.
To all this fucking privilege.
To all this privilege. I know. We're so lucky, dude.
All of us
really
gamers,
lucky, man. If you just have a roof under your head and a console.
Gaming is a fucking luxury, man. It really is.
Yeah. Please just know how lucky you are. But tell me about it, man. I've been hearing everyone on Twitter feeds talk about it. I played the demo when it's called Project Octopath, and fucking gorgeous.
And it's I tried to I played the first demo like a little bit, and then they released like another demo that pretty much is almost like 2 full characters campaigns. They just cap you at like 3 hours or some shit, something like that. And I steered away from that one because I'm just like, I'm already sold. I'm gonna play this game. I don't want to fucking sink in time and then have to redo it, even though I'm pretty sure your progress carries over. But anyways,
that's fine.
I'm rambling. And dude, it's so fucking good.
Dude, that's awesome.
I'm liking it so much, because I'm a huge fan of like Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy 6 and then the job system, right? Because there's so much freedom to kind of fuck around with your characters and really approach battles a bit more strategically. And a lot of the times when you're playing these RPGs, you get into the habit of doing the same thing kind of over and over. And this is how this character is built, and that's that's the way it is. You know what I mean?
You have that freedom to express yourself.
You could really you could mix job classes and be like, this guy's gonna be part fucking knight and part white mage. Fuck it.
That's
you know
so
what I mean?
Cool. That's
and
so
you can
cool.
totally do that in this game.
That's just a complete reinvention of the 90s JRPGs that we love. The vibe I got out of it when I played the demo was like, holy crap, this is the game straight from the 90s, but brought into today's time.
90s. It's very 16-bit era, inspired.
Which is where most of the best RPGs came from, right?
Some of the greats.
That's so cool. So how many hours have you put into it so far?
So I have, in 2 days, I put in 8 hours.
That's pretty good.
Which is, and it's fucking great. I'm loving it. I would say probably the weakest part so far are there's 8 characters and there's 8 different stories, and each one kind of has their own thing. And they're not as intertwined as you might think. Each one is kind of just I'm going to go on my quest, but sure, I'll join you for yours as well. It kind of doesn't really make sense. but it's.
I mean, Mass Effect had a little bit of that,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
it?
true.
Where it was kind of like you just kind of learn more about the backstory of a
Yeah.
character, even though it doesn't tie to anything.
And then they'll come and help Shepard just because, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come help you just because
You're fighting the Reapers.
I think
Come in.
maybe they took a page out of that book. What would you give it out of 10 right now?
Well,
out of 8 hours,
I'm only
is a good
8
amount.
hours in. It's like a solid 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Like it's a big like. Again, when it comes to RPGs, like obviously story's important, but I love those old school. Like I love the class system and the job system,
Yeah,
and the combat is so fucking good.
that's awesome.
You can't just. You really need to strategize, and that's what I like. Those are the kind of RPGs I like.
That's so cool.
And
man.
the visuals, fuck, they're so
They're
good.
so good. Oh yeah.
They're so sick.
I
I'm
think
never
that's what
getting
got,
tired of it.
I think that's what got everyone with that game when everyone first saw it was like, holy god, this
Yeah,
looks so good. Because it's like sprites with 3D, right?
It's like it's fully like rendered in 3D, but it's like the environments, but they're like with 2D like pixel art kind of textures and
Yes.
shit like that. It's really unique.
and just the lighting, how
Yeah.
things like reflect. I think that's what really.
And so you'll get
put it
this crazy
together.
pixel art, but then you'll get realistic water and lighting effects, and
Yeah.
it's just like, what the
So
fuck? This is so cool.
So cool. I'm so happy that it's doing well. It's getting so
Yeah.
much hype. Apparently, Square wasn't ready for the demand.
Yeah, and now it's super hard to find and
It
shit,
is,
and
yeah.
Amazon's like back ordered for a long time, and it's like, what the fuck?
That's so cool. I'm so happy. Yeah, I mean, you know my expression of a lot of trends, a lot of games. I'm just happy to see some of these amazing
Yeah.
genres coming back and doing well. So
Especially one
super
that
cool.
caters so old school, you know what I mean? And people are like really latching onto that. Kind of was like, we can say, oh, fuck, Fortnite is the future and all that shit, and it's all bullshit,
That's
and
totally
this
not,
Minecraft-ization of everything, But there's totally still, there's still room for these kinds of games. There's still great single-player experiences,
Yeah.
albeit not as many as there were probably like 10 years ago, but
It's just hard to sell, right?
they're not,
So-
they're still there. They're just not as mainstream anymore,
That being said, I think Minecraft's much better than Fortnite.
I've
Just
never-
because I feel like
never
Minecraft.
played Minecraft. Did you ever get into that
oh
shit?
yeah, I totally
Really?
got into Minecraft. I played a lot of Minecraft.
Oh, shit.
We had a server between like 6 of our friends, so 6 to 8 of our friends, and we
Damn.
should just fuck around. And at one point, I got it on the 360 back when it was a big deal when it first came to console.
Yeah.
Whitney and I used to play split screen a lot, and we fucking grinded the
Damn.
hell out of it. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was just kind of a fun little bonding game to play where we got to play split screen. We just got to talk about things while we both had our duties in the game. It was
Right, right.
really, really special. But the one thing I like about Minecraft over Fortnite is just the fact that it actually got you to be creative. Right. It
of
got,
course.
especially for the young kids.
Yeah.
The young kids were actually thinking creatively and making things like, oh, I could do that.
It's like
and
virtual Lego, dog.
yeah, and then that creativity, outputs to other things and their career or whatever
sure.
other path they want to take. I just thought it was a little bit more beneficial. Even before I got into Minecraft, I was totally about it. But playing Fortnite, it's fun, but it's kind of like this is just mindless. Yeah, after you play like 5-6 games in a row, it's like,
Yeah,
what am
yeah.
I really getting out of this?
Yeah.
Even if I'm winning, it's like there's no real
I know.
relief.
Like we were bitching about it last episode too.
I know.
It's not.
We probably-
I want to shit on it too much because obviously,
There's a lot of people
obviously,
playing.
I'm in the minority here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we are in the minority.
Because
so,
people are eating that shit up. It's insane.
yeah.
Ooh, Minecraft's still selling. They just did like the Switch version. If you go into like the, most like highest selling like Switch games, it's like still up there. I was like, what the fuck?
Think about it. Before the Switch, the only way to play portably with actual controls was the Vita.
Here we go with the fucking Vita.
Let me
again.
talk about this Vita real quick. All right, so you guys are thinking about buying a Nintendo Switch. Buy a Vita. Why you want to buy a Vita? First of all, you should support Sony. I mean, buy some games.
Yeah.
But then
and then mod the shit out of it.
mod the fuck out of it. Put some Super Nintendo emulators on that bitch. All right?
This is the worst advice.
You got more virtual console games than the Switch has virtual console games. All right? But okay, no, don't take my advice. No, the Switch is I love my Switch. It's a fucking fantastic machine.
It's just
Sony buried their own grave with the Vita. I'm just fanboying. They fucked up. Like
the Vita could have been so
the
fucking
memory
successful,
stick
dude.
was the dumbest fucking thing ever. The memory stick will cost you just as much as the console.
Even
these
Nintendo
days.
knows. Let's just do micro SD.
That
Fuck
was
it.
so smart.
Let's just use a universal USB-C charger. Fuck it.
That's right.
But no, Sony, everything's gotta be fucking proprietary,
That's right.
and then they're not gonna put any fucking games on it, except for all this weeb shit that nobody likes.
What do we have coming out this year? I was just thinking about. There's a lot of weep shit. Don't get me wrong.
But for the Vita or just in general?
Just in general. I obviously Fallout 76 we talked about, but you know what I'm really looking forward to playing with you this year, Tom? I'm looking forward to playing Forza Horizon 4 with you.
Ooh, hell yeah, dude.
I think I'm more excited for Forza Horizon 4, like in terms of playing multiplayer, than I am a Fallout 76. As crazy as that sounds.
Interesting, because I love Fallout. I don't get me wrong, I adore Fallout as well. I love Forza as well, though. A lot of people don't know that, but I used to play on the OG Xbox.
Oh yeah.
On Xbox Live, me and my boys, Halo 2 and Forza Motorsport. That was our fucking jam.
yeah. Those were good
before
games.
that, it was Project Gotham Racing.
Yeah.
And that
got
shit
eaten up by Forza.
Yeah.
Though.
And that shit was so fun.
Mm-hmm. So good. I was watching some footage on it again recently. I was like, man, this is gonna be so good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I've never really played it multiplayer with friends before. I have jumped multiplayer.
Well, I not since the OG Xbox.
Because they have like co-op stuff too. Like you could just literally ride around together and like challenge other people and stuff. So it gets really fun.
Are you good at racing games, Behr?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Yes, I am good.
Got the frame traps, the one frame links on
the
corners?
one frame links. I mean, it depends, right? Because the Horizon series, we're talking arcade, right? Simulator games, like I remember when I used to play a lot of the original Motorsport games. I was really practicing to try and be good, trying to get.
Do you play with the line?
Right. In the beginning, I do, and then you turn it off as you learn the track.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole point of it. Kind of teaches you when to brake and the best line to take. Eventually, you got to turn it off because once you turn it off, you also get a lot better rewards, more money.
I think it's just more fun too.
It is more fun.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I was playing Forza Horizon 3 with the fucking chair.
Yeah.
No lines, and it was just like, it was so sick.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Fucking, you play manual too?
Oh, fuck. I can't believe I never got to. I mean, I've experienced it before, but I've never had that on my own home.
Yeah.
I've always been thinking about getting
it's so fucking elaborate, though.
It is so elaborate. It's so elaborate. And the other problem I was looking to, because I was doing a lot of research on this, is like just the price range is like there's no point in buying the $150 to $200 ones. Because at that point, you might as well get the $400
Yeah, get the good one. Get the one with the feedback.
The feedback, yeah. I mean, the $200 ones do have feedback too, but they just don't have the rotation points, and you got to have how many levels of what is it called? I totally forgot. But anyways, like the brakes, the pedals have like levels of sensing,
right,
depending on how good the pedal is. Yeah, there's a term for it. I totally forgot.
One of those things. It's like if you're gonna have this big fucking thing in your room or whatever in your space, make it a good one. You know what I mean? Just make the investment.
And then I was just thinking, I was like, man, what if you have that shit with VR? Because I've seen other people's setups with that. I was like, damn, that is really truly escaping the world.
That's some fucking Ready Player One shit.
That is some Ready Player One shit. But racing games are great. It's funny how small the genre has gotten. That's what scared me a lot.
What's funny is they're kind of like arcade racers in particular. They're like there's like a bunch of them right now. Have you seen that shit?
It is. And I think that's the right way to go because they've died for a while.
Like Wreckfest just came out.
There's Onrush.
There's Onrush,
which is one that I was really interested in. Because it was pretty much the MotorStorm team working on that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think it sold very well because I'm on the Onrush subreddit. And not too many people are really talking about it.
Yeah, just 3 days ago, Kotaku posted an article
about
how racing games are making a comeback.
Oh, that's great. And I don't know why they ever left. I don't know how a game like Split Second didn't do so well.
Split Second was good.
It was good. And I don't know how like there wasn't a direct sequel to Burnout Paradise with how fucking amazing Burnout Paradise was.
And then Danger Zone. That was the other one that just came out.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and that's like crash mode and all that shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You pretty much took the crash mode from Burnout
3. Yeah.
And made it an entire game, which is super cool. Very, very legit.
It's like Pain almost, right?
Yes,
Your
it is.
favorite fucking game.
Yeah, don't get us started on Pain again. But yeah, it just shocks me because I don't know how well these games are doing in terms of sales. I'm glad they're being made. I guess I'm part of the problem, but there's just so many arcade racers I want to play in a year, right? I do need to pick up Onrush. I do want to get it when it's around.
Racing games used to be like one of the biggest genres.
It was. Yeah.
And now they're gone.
Yeah, I've talked about it before. I used to love the MotorStorm series so much. Like Pacific Rift and Apocalypse were so good.
Gran Turismo was like an event when it came out. You know what I mean?
It was.
I remember when after 4 was the last big one, I feel like.
Yeah, on the PS2.
On the PS2, but 4 was
that one sold like
15
or 20 million units.
Because that was coming off of 3, which was considered like one of the best fucking racing games ever. and now it's like
It was 5 that fucked up the whole.
well, because 5 they released like prologue. Remember that shit?
Yeah, the dynamic just got fucked.
And then they totally fucking botched it.
Yeah, and the problem with them botching it was the fact that, meantime, Forza Motorsport was destroying it with their
killing it.
games. They were just banger after banger, and the
And it
Horizon
took-
series started a game every fucking year.
They took
or every
forever
other
to
year.
make it, and
Yeah,
it was just too much. It was I don't know.
it definitely hurt the
And they did-
franchise. Gran Turismo doesn't have that same kick. Like I get more excited about Forza games, to be
Because
honest with you.
Gran Turismo, what was the most recent one? Sport.
Yes, it was sport.
And
It
that
had
game
the VR
came
mode.
out, and it was like, and it fucking disappeared.
It did disappear. Yeah.
Like, I
They
don't
were
know
pushing a little bit of
how well
VR
it
with
did.
that, and it was just kind of like it was such a spin-off title.
Yeah.
Yeah, very weird. They just took their sweet ass time.
Did
a
you
little too much.
did you ever play Driveclub?
I did play Driveclub. Yes, I have. I've tried it before. I never got fully into it.
Mm-hmm.
I first tried it at PAX before it came out. They had a whole like steering wheel setup, I want to say, for it.
I think so.
And then I actually gave it a shot. I mean, pretty good. Didn't fully wow me as much as I wanted.
It really wasn't like it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
But
no,
the
I
game
would never
was-
call it bad.
Fucking crippled because you couldn't play it for like the first like it was
Oh, I
by
remember
server
that.
issues. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
They totally fucking botched it.
No, it
And then
sucks.
they went and released this weird free to play option, and then they just
Oh, I know. It's so
they
sad.
fucked it.
You know, the initial launch for a game is so important. Like for any game company.
Felt really
It's
bad
just-
for those dudes because they got shut the fuck down.
I
Yeah.
know. I know because it was Evolution.
Yep.
It was this creators of Motorsport.
And they just
Motorstorm.
and they had just 2 flops in a row because they had, the first one was totally out of their control with Motorstorm Apocalypse,
That's right.
right? Because Sony buried that game after the tragic earthquake in
That was
Japan.
sad. That was the saddest thing ever
Yeah.
because it was so damn good.
Yeah.
Apocalypse. It was just such a more modern twist on the Motorstorm games instead of being always in dirt and mud.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely very, very heartbreaking. So looking at Onrush, like it has the spirit of Motorstorm. Apparently, a lot of the team that disbanded went into that company. I forgot what the company's called, but they make a lot of racing games. That's
Yeah.
like they make all the F1 games and everything.
It's always sad when like a studio gets closed for something that's so fucking beyond their control.
It's
Like, the same thing happened
Especially
to,
how talented they fucking were,
The
man.
SOCOM team,
Yeah.
they got fucked. If you guys don't know the story, there's the great PS3 Psn outage of like 2011 or some shit like that, where PSN was just down for like a month and a half.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. That's when we came back and they gave everyone like 4 free games or something.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a huge
And
deal. I
SOCOM,
remember that.
obviously, it's an online game, and the game comes out,
Yeah.
and then PSN is down for a month and a half.
Crazy.
Fuck.
Just insane.
And they got shut down. Super. What was the name of that studio again? Do you remember?
I do not remember.
Was it
now.
Zipper?
Yeah, that sounds very
Was it
similar.
Zipper Interactive?
That sounds like it.
And then they got put on Unit 13 for the Vita, and then they closed.
And then they closed. Yeah, I mean, because the Vita itself just was not. I mean, honestly, the software attach rate for the Vita is pretty good, but otherwise,
Yes.
super
Spot on.
spot on. You got it. That's right. It's super heartbreaking. SOCOM, man, like the PS2 one was it SOCOM 2?
That is a franchise that disappeared, dude. And that game was big. That was like one of the
very big.
first big like online games.
It was.
You know what
it
I mean?
was huge. It was like the biggest PS2 online game, I believe.
Yeah.
Was SOCOM. Like that's what everyone got that Ethernet adapter for.
Yep.
There's still people playing it today. Apparently, there's some way to make it still work and play.
Yeah. Well, that was like my deep cut video for Twisted Metal. People still play online
That's right.
with Twisted Metal Black, right?
That's so cool. That's so awesome.
Which is crazy. I wonder what those servers are like. But it's like, I guess if you're just playing with like a handful of people and they know what they're fucking doing,
Yeah.
you can probably have some good matches. But, anyways,
Speaking of your deep cuts, I saw that last episode. You guys should check it out.
it was a bit of a lazy one just because of the
No,
Easter
it's
eggs.
good. It's good.
But,
Just do one, man. Just call it Deep Cuts Mini.
Yeah.
You know, just dude, whatever idea you have, don't worry about it. Don't feel like you're having. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I
Really?
think
Okay.
everyone did. Yeah,
Because it's like, that like the Twisted Metal story, like the Binding of Isaac story. Like, there's only so many stories out there.
Oh, I know. I can understand the struggle. So if you have like a mini one or something,
Yeah.
just feel free to throw those out. I can understand how probably rough it is to do.
Yeah, at some point, like I still have a couple like up my sleeve, but I wanted to, because I got the move coming up, I wanted to just pound one out real quick. But I do think it's a good video. It's just not quite as mind blowing as some of the other ones.
Yeah, that was some creepy shit. The Game Boy one, I remember. And I remember the when I first learned about the John Romero's head.
Yeah.
And then the final boss. When I learned about that like years ago, I found that so creepy.
This
for
is
some
like, what
reason.
the fuck?
I know, that's just so random. The fact that his head is just like on a spike or something.
And it's like, and if you're playing the game legit, you will never know. But
Yeah.
he is legit the final boss.
He's legit the final boss.
It's so bizarre.
super cool.
Anyways, people, be sure to check out that deep cut video.
Yeah.
And man, I think this is gonna be it. It's fucking
That's a wrap, dog.
It's boiling it here right now.
Really? I'm feeling
You know,
okay.
you walked here.
I mean, I'm a skinny ass Afghan, guys. All right, and I was born for
You
this.
were born in the
desert
heat.
I did. I felt like walking. I was like, you know what?
Because you walked here, and it's.
I've been
fucking
driving everywhere, and I've been a lazy
hot out.
fuck, and I don't want to be a lazy fuck. And,
Vancouver heat sucks.
I know, dude. It's not as bad as
No.
a lot of people right now listening are from California. They're from Australia. They're from some other regions where
Yeah.
it's like it's hot, but it's humid. For us, it's not humid. It's really hot, but like there's still some moisture in the air.
Yeah, I guess so.
From your sweaty ass.
The swamp ass.
The swamp
But,
ass. Yeah.
No, well, that's like my girlfriend hates it because
Yeah.
it gets so fucking hot, and it's like in Vancouver we're just not equipped for it because we only get like a month and a half of this. Like
Weather, yeah.
this temperature, you know what I mean? Out of the
No,
year.
but it's so much better than looking outside and it's like all cloudy and shit.
Yeah.
I hate the way cloudy weather looks.
So
It just makes everything
take it all in. You
Yeah,
know?
dude, I'm fucking enjoying that shit. I feel like I'm in Afghanistan without
Your
all
natural
the vibe.
habitat.
Yeah, it's my natural habitat.
Jesus Christ. Woo. Anyways, yeah, that is a wrap
Yeah.
for this
This is sad, man.
this location.
Farewell. This is
Next
our
time you
goodbye.
guys Retel Factor and top tier is gonna be put on ice until I'm fucking moved and I'm settled, and it's gonna hopefully not take too
Well,
long.
at least write some scripts for deep cuts.
Yeah, for sure.
Write
In
like
my-
2 or
in
3
my
episode
downtime.
scripts. Yeah. I think that's what
And
you
then
need
just
to do
grind
when
it
you go
out.
to work, man. That's what I would do. Like when I would
keep a separate tab open.
Yeah, I would just fucking write shit on my phone if I was
Yeah,
making
yeah.
a video, right? Because like, fuck, I'm not driving to work. I take the train,
Right.
so all good. Take care, guys.
Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks so much to our patrons. Again, I know we're not going to be making any content for the next few weeks. So if you guys want, again, no hurt feelings. You can withdraw and then just come back once we start making content again. I know it's probably not a good thing to suggest, but,
Hey, man, it's all good.
I feel bad.
We keep it real
I
here, man.
feel bad
And who
for-
knows? Maybe I'll record that episode as a Patreon background. Retel visiting that store.
Why don't you fucking get to work, dog?
Yeah, well, I will. Fuck.
Anyways, thanks, Behr. Thanks to you guys for watching. Peace out.